My friend pushes her religious beliefs down my throat, calls me names for using birth control and disapproves of my boyfriend because he is not our religion. My friend and I are both 23F. She is a loyal long-time friend, but I am considering ending our friendship because of the way she pushes religion and a conservative lifestyle down my throat while deeply insulting my personal choices regarding my health, sexual health and love life. Her and I are the same religion, Jewish, and she is far more religious than me. She keeps Shabbat and prays on a basis which I think is really awesome, but it's not my thing, and I am getting so tired of her open judgment about it. What really has pushed me over edge and brought me to this sub was our conversation tonight about birth control, specifically IUDs. I have one and I deeply regret sharing that with her. She told me that the decision to put a foreign object in my body was foolish and pointless because I shouldn't be having sex before marriage anyway. I'm a 23-year-old American girl in a healthy committed relationship. I am entitled to sex without her judgment, and her implication that I'm not is degrading. I've been dating my boyfriend for a long time now and I didn't tell her for a while because he isn't Jewish and I don't need her disapproving commentary. The fact that I call her one of my closest friends yet I couldn't tell her about my relationship out of fear of her aggressive judgment tells me that perhaps the friendship should end. In reality, I value my friendship with her, which is why I'm here. This is really the only problem in our friendship. Other than this, all is good and we've been great friends for years. I'd love to work through this, but I don't see how and need advice. I've tried openly talking to her about it, but she refuses to see where I'm coming from and quickly changes the topic. It feels like a hopeless cause. Sometimes, we grow out of friendships. Not all of them are meant to last a lifetime, but only a season. The older you get, the less you'll want people passing such judgment on you. If you've been firm in telling her you feel judged and she ignores that, it might be a sign this season is nearing its end. The fact that I call her one of my closest friends yet I couldn't tell her about my relationship out of fear of her aggressive judgment tells me that perhaps the friendship should end. This is very good insight and self-reflection here. Since she refuses to communicate with you, and you've tried, I'd say there's nothing more you can do. I am a devout Catholic and my lifestyle choices do not make me any less of one. It's 2021, you need a better friend. It's one thing to engage in mutually respectful discussion or to share a concern, it's another thing entirely to be a bully. You're an adult, you can do as you wish. The thing is, it's not even about religion. It's about conservative, oppressive systems. It doesn't matter if it's ultra-Orthodox Judaism, or Catholicism, or purity culture evangelicals. It's about a system designed to prove how holy and better than others you are by putting up walls and shutting the world out. Except is more about how those in power can keep you gated in. Problem here is that Op is probably living her best life and putting paid to the lie that she can't possibly be happy because she's not allowing herself to be oppressed. For most people, when confronted with this, their answer is to double down It can't be that their whole suffering and putting up with BS is unnecessary and of their own making. Others are just lying about living happy lives, and if you push hard enough they'll crumble and admit it, and you'll see that your misery has a point. You can't reason with these people, because reason has got nothing to do with it. It is folly, pure and simple. What do you consider good about the friendship? I'd really take a closer look at why you want to hold on to it. Is it because you actually value the relationship, or is she one of only a few friends you have? Do you actually like her as a person, or are you only friends with her after so long because it's easier to ignore her faults than it is to confront her about things that upset you? Do you enjoy her company? If so, why? Does she make you happy and feel good about yourself? What are the qualities of her personality that you do like? If all or most of these answers are negative, there's really no reason she needs to be in your life any longer. Hi, I'm culturally Jewish. I do not consider myself religious at all, but my dad's side is Orthodox, with my cousins getting married early, wearing long skirts, and not having sex before marriage. I don't get along with them well because we have nothing in common and they judge me for my unorthodox practices. In this situation I would probably say something like this: if you can't respect my decisions, then why would you want to be my close friend? She shouldn't be judging you or forcing her religion and beliefs onto you. She should have respect for your autonomy as a human being. You're also in your mid-20s, you are allowed to do whatever you want if it's not harming anyone, and what you're doing isn't harming anyone, it seems. Good luck. I found out my husband has been sending and receiving nudes from his longest known friend's wife after he said we would work on our relationship and he would stop the emotional affair. Most of it is in the title. A few months ago, though he had an emotional affair, accused him, he denied, then proceeded to actually have an emotional affair. I didn't make him cut contact despite this. Today, I found a nude in his email from her, and showed her husband. Now mine is at his dad's and the other husband is at his own dad's house. I'm trying to get the papers for divorce ready so we can fill them out and I can file after the holiday, but I now have to figure out jobs, housing, childcare, and balance school on top of this. I work full-time and go to school full-time. School is thankfully online. I have no childcare when I work, unless I take my kid 30 minutes in the opposite direction of my job, which is an hour drive from my current place. Has anyone else had any success stories out of situations like this? How do I keep from falling apart? I am trying to focus on the details of what I need to separate and do in order to be separate from my husband as completely as I can be. Any advice appreciated. Edit, since most people are asking, I live too far away from family or friends to get childcare from them and still reasonably be able to go to work. He doesn't have any income and is unable to work, so child support would be unreasonable. I am in individual counseling and we were supposed to start couples counseling months ago, but ran into scheduling issues, then my husband didn't set it up. He is trying to reconcile, stating he only cares about me and our son and will do anything to fix things. This is followed by me telling him he can stay with his family and visit our son while I figure things out, and him saying he can't show he is fixing things if he isn't here to show us. He even states I never have to show or tell him that I love him again. I do not wish to uproot my son, yet I do not wish to put myself through any more pain. He has blocked the girl he cheated with, and while that shows progress, it could just as easily be a lie or a fluke. I work nights, so him watching our son would be easiest if he stayed in our house those nights and days so our son isn't uprooted. This sucks. Sorry to hear it. It sounds like you are keeping it together though. You will get through it and you will be better for it. Just keep your sanity and stay classy. Just don't know anymore. I still love him despite the cheating. He has some great qualities and now he's called me wanting me back. Promises upon promises and realizations on his part. On one hand, we have a life together and I love him and want to be with him. On the other, he could be lying and I don't want to be hurt again. I was never married but my son was born when I was 18. I was a single mother his whole life, put myself through nursing school, all without a cent in child support. If I can do it, you can do it. It's not easy, but it's worth it. Make it known to him that you don't want to discuss anything that doesn't pertain to your children together or the divorce, or all communication stops right then. If he tries to reconcile with you, don't fall for it. Grey rock his ass and keep your head up until that divorce comes through. Hope it was worth it for him. He's not the person you thought you loved, he wanted to have his cake and eat it too. In time you'll realize what you had isn't what you wanted and you'll find someone that will make you forget about him. Thank you. He had tried reconciliation shortly after this post and it made things hard. Short-term pain, long-term gain. He has proven he is not invested in the marriage. There is no marriage. You best protect yourself and your family by formally end it by divorcing him, for he has already emotionally divorced you. You cannot keep something from falling apart when it already has. Yeah, I'm printing off the papers tomorrow and filing Tuesday after MLK Day, so it will only be a matter of time. You will be surprised with yourself. You will be stunned at what you can handle. Don't think of the details. Don't worry about doing it all. Do one thing at a time, and you will make it work. That said, take time for yourself. That means letting family babysit and just taking a long bath. It means seeing friends. It means crying when you need to. You can and will get through this, and I know you will, because you aren't alone. People deal with this kind of shit. I don't say it that way to minimize what you are about to handle, but to remember that you aren't alone. No one is grading you here. You do it the best you can, and you and your kids will come out of this. And that right there is the best part. Right now is hard, but things will get better! Exclamation mark. Wish you well and know you will do well. My GF has an unhealthy relationship with food and I don't know how to approach it. My GF, F29, and I, M29, have been together for about 7 years. She was never really an especially slim girl, but over the years she's gradually gotten further and further away from that. Now, as much as I hate to admit it or put it in such a blunt way, I think she's now overweight. There's a few trends I've noticed in the way she approaches food and general health, and they're concerning because she reinforces and defends them instead of taking advice into consideration. She eats her feelings. This is exactly as it sounds, but she's a very emotional person and most variances from the norm lead to eating some type of snack. Tonight she was upset about something from work and tried for about half an hour to convince me to take her to McDonald's for a sundae, and has gotten upset with me in the past for saying no. This leads into the next issue. She pulls me into her binges. She doesn't like going out for snacks like these without me. I think she feels like my approval absolves her of responsibility for her decision. Unfortunately, if I say no, she gets upset with me and she tends to not let it go unless I either cave in or leave. She does the same thing with snacks she makes at home, because she'll make 2 and give me 1 without asking if I'm interested. She'll then get mad at me for wasting food if I don't partake. This is problematic for my fitness, as I'm a first responder and I can't afford to pack on the pounds. With COVID, it's even harder to work them off. More importantly though, that's not what I want for myself. I've tried to help in the most supportive, non-judgmental ways that I can, but I'm getting nowhere, and I want to try everything before I just spit it out exactly as I see it. She does Weight Watchers about 1/10 of the time and struggles to stick with it, often falling off the wagon within a couple days. I've told her that Weight Watchers isn't anywhere near as successful as it's portrayed, and she's been through it like 20+ times, so clearly it's not a feasible option for her. I've given advice on foods to avoid like breads and sugars, but she doesn't change her diet. She'll also get defensive if I try and talk to her about her choices in high-calorie food. On top of all that, she hasn't worked out since early 2020 and has an aversion to it, despite saying that I'll go to the gym with her. If I were to guess, I'd say she's up approximately 100+ pounds since we started dating. Being honest, I'm finding myself much less attracted to her, and the lack of effort isn't helping. I should also note that she wants to lose the weight but doesn't want to change the diet or exercise to get her there. Has anyone been in this situation that has any advice on how to attack this? I don't want to end things, but I'm running out of options here. TLDR, my GF has an unhealthy relationship with food which she defends and reinforces when challenged on it. It's lead to noticeable weight gain over time. I've used up all options I know of to try and help, and now I don't know how to approach it. Hey, as an emotional eater myself, the first step is professional help. Therapy and medical health coach, the latter helped me so much. Don't listen to the comments telling her go eat once a day and walk constantly. Get her to a dietitian who can help meal plan appropriately. Edit, someone with an eating disorder can't be helped until the mental health aspect is taken care of first. Bombarding someone with an eating disorder with just go for walks and don't eat, that is extremely harmful and not helpful right out the gate. Remember, mental health first and then work on the weight loss later. Edit, thanks for the awards, sad face.